So,
hii hali ya matatizo ya afya ya akili ilikuja baada ya kuwa matatizo ya afya ya akili ilikuja baada hii depression na nini.
So it went to that extent, and I was I think ilienda vibaya sana, but I didn't know what to do with it. Then there was a time that I went through really bad panic attacks that nothing used to make me happy. So everything used to make me so nervous that I didn't know what to do. I used to come to work and I was shut down. I don't know what I'm doing. And I started getting these heart palpitations, and then it got worse and worse to the fact that my whole body would shut down, my blood pressure would fall, and I would fall down wherever I am. So I in fact, in the same office, I've had a few incidences, and there was a time that I fell off and they took me to the hospital here. The first thing that they told me, woman, huna maradhi chochote.
Kwa sababu dalili zake mara nyingi.
Exactly. Pressure ilinishuka, yes, but hamna kitu chochote ilikuwa inaendelea.
So it's like ni ngumu sana kujua mtu specific kama ana matatizo ya afya ya akili, kwa sababu ni dalili zake si haziko wazi kiasi hicho. Swali langu la msingi, umesema uliolewa ukiwa na umri mdogo sana. Sijui ni umri gani, ningependa ushare nasi uliolewa ukiwa na umri gani. Lakini pia utuambie, wakati unaingia kwenye ndoa, ulikuwa unaingia ukiwa willing ama kuna vitu nyuma vilikupush wewe kuingia kwenye ndoa?
Okay, so nitakwambia mimi Mtanzania lakini nakuja kwenye culture ya Wahindi. So Muslims mostly, and we get married very early. So it's a cultural thing. Sio kama na force au nini, it's a cultural thing. Not 14, thank God. That's child marriage. Illegal. But I was 19. 19, I personally think is still a child. Hatujakuwa, hatuja understand vitu. There is a lot to learn and understand about ourselves. 18 is just a point where you finish your school and you're just like, okay, what do I do with my life now, you know? It's a very confusing, you're not even reached your youth age now. So for sure, I think that I was very young. I was a kid at that time.
And did you get into marriage willingly, or?
It was an arranged marriage.
Okay.
So it's a very common thing on your culture here too, you know, there is a family, and the other family, they say, oh, she's very nice, let's approach her, Nini, you know, and a photo is sent through, and that's how the marriages happen. I've met my ex-husband one time before we got engaged.
Na kwa jamii yenu unahisi kuna watu wengi wanapitia situation kama yako kwa sababu wanaingia kwenye ndoa za design ambazo pengine unakuta mtu yeye mwanamke hajawa willing, lakini kwa sababu familia imepanga you have to go?
Yes, unfortunately ni situations nyingi sana. I thought mimi niliingia kwenye ndoa imekuwa miaka 15 sasa. But right now, up till today, people get married at this age, which I think is very sad still. Community ipo hivi. We still haven't made a lot of change. So for sure, the culture is still there, the pressure is still there from community, from parents, and also it's not even sometimes kwamba hawaingi willingly. Unajua kama community na culture unaona ni hivi, then yes, exactly. So watoto wanaona kwamba ndio 18 watu wameshaanza kuja you know, letter whatever. Yeah, so they think that it's the norm, ndo time imekuwa. Like, I think that as we grow, as we see the world, as we bring these issues in focus, ni important sana kwamba hizi vitu pia ije out, you know, because this is very serious. As a child, when you get into a marriage and you're dependent on somebody else, you don't know yourself, bado. You are growing. Bado, you've not seen the world, you've not seen how you are, you've not seen what your likes are, your dislikes are. Most of the time, children get into university and don't even know what they're doing. So it's this age, you know, this age where you're finding yourself and you're finding what to do, and then suddenly you see yourself in a marriage and children and in-laws and this and that and what, and you don't know, and you get lost in that. And then after a few years, you realize, where am I? Who am I? Where am I lost? And this is very common now.
Yeah. This is very common, sure. So kuna situation ambayo unaikumbuka wakati unasafa, labda kwenye ulipokuwa unapata matatizo kwenye ndoa mpaka ikafikia ukawa unapata matatizo ya afya ya akili, familia yako yenyewe ilikuwa inachukulia vipi? Were they supportive ama it was like hamna mtu alikuwa ana care?
So sijui ni stigma nyingi sana kwenye hii afya ya akili, if you go to say. Nadhani nobody understood kwamba whatever I'm going through ni panic attacks. So nakumbuka very precise moments. Nilikuwa naenda msikitini and watoto wangu walikuwa like after my separation, watoto wangu walikuwa they're not with me. So I would go to mosque and I would see people coming in and my eyes would always be right at the door.
Yeah, like concentrating on the door.
Like thinking that maybe they'll pass by just now, maybe they'll pass by just now, maybe they'll pass by. And I would not listen to one sermon, I would not pray anything, I would just be looking at the door. I would just be thinking, they will pass just now, they will pass just now. One glimpse I will get of them. I've not seen them for months now. I really, really want to see them. And the whole time I would just be frantically looking everywhere. What if I've missed them? What if they've gone up? What if they're there? What if they're there? And the minute it would end, I would go through the whole mosque and go and find them. And I realized every single time I was doing that. And sometimes when I did find them, and they would not look back at me, it felt even worse. So there are times that I've gone to speak to them and they just turn their face around and not speak to me. There are times that I've gone to speak to them and they say, we don't want to talk to you. There are times that I have not seen them at all. There are times that I have seen them from very far. And I would think, should I go to talk to them or should I not? Because I don't know whether this will make me feel better or worse. And when I would say that I can't go to mosque anymore, I am feeling very, very uneasy, nobody would understand that at that point of time. And I didn't know myself why I'm feeling that. Sorry, very emotional for me.
It's very okay, it's very fine.
So, yes, there are times that these things have been very much out there. I have gone through it, but unfortunately the awareness is so little that nobody understands that this is a mental health issue. This is an anxiety attack that I am going through and I need support out here. So when I didn't understand, I don't know, like my family is very far away from understanding it. So.
Okay, so do you get time to see them currently?
No.
So you still hujaweza kuwaona watoto wako?
Sijawaona, imekuwa more than 3.5 years.
Mtazamaji wa Jitambue, kama muelewa anachokisema hapa ni kwamba Masuma baada ya kuwa amepitia wakati mgumu kwenye ndoa yake, alafu akawa ameamua kuondoka. Alipoondoka aliwaacha watoto wake, lakini kama mnavyojua, kama mzazi, kama mama, kuna hili hali inakuja moyoni mwako ya kutaka kuwaona watoto wako. So kwa sababu hakuwa na access ya kuwaona, akawa anaamua at least kwenda kushinda msikitini kila siku za Ijumaa sometimes, ili kujua kuangalia, na kama hali anaangalia mlangoni ili at least apate kuwaona watoto wake tu. Yaani awaone tu, na kama ikitokea wakati mwingine alikuwa anaenda awaone, lakini ikitokea anawaona, basi kuna wakati hata alikuwa akienda kuwasalimia watoto wake hawezi hawamshangilii kama mama. Yaani hamna ile closeness iliyopo, na sijui hii ni kwa sababu gani. What do you think was the reason mpaka watoto wako pengine wakikuona they don't feel like you are their mom?
So you see, when you go through a divorce, it's very important for both the parents to have an understanding that we have children and we need to work this out. When there is a push and pull, what happens is that one parent starts talking bad about the other parent to the children. A little background about me and my children: I'm a teacher. I was a teacher. So me and my children were very, very close. Whoever knows me from my past, they know that I was very, very close to my children. In fact, we would spend most of the day together except for those hours that they were in school. So this was very, very hard for me and also hard for them. But because they were fed in a certain way and they were told that she left you because she doesn't love you, or she left you because if you tell her to come back, like tell her that I won't speak to you until you come back. Tell her that you know, she is being, I don't know, led astray by shaitan, you know, all these things. So watoto wadogo sana, ukiwaambia kitu chochote, they'll take it, you know. Also, it may be out of respect, it may be out of fear, it may be out of whatever. Lakini walikuwa wanajua kwamba sisi kama tutaongea naye baba hatapenda. So na alafu pia imeingia that she doesn't love me.
Yeah.
That's why she left me.
Yeah.
Hawezi ku understand reasons behind. Na it's very important kwamba parents wote wa understand kwamba hao watoto ni wadogo. So you know, you have the you should have a sort of communication open that, hey, you know, yes, we are suffering, but you don't let the kids suffer in the whole process.
Yeah.
But unfortunately this has happened. And
how long did you took to go back to see your kids wanao baada ya kuwa umeamua kutoka nyumbani?
Oh, so nilivyotoka nyumbani, I think we kept meeting. Tulikubaliana kwamba every weekend watoto watakuja kwangu. Wiki mbili, wiki tatu wamefika. Alafu imeanza like leo hawezi kuja, rudi tena ndo utaona nao, or hatutaki kuja.
Sababu sasa mbalimbali ambazo kuzielewa, like there were many reasons, maybe they used to call you excuses, whatever you call it, I don't know, but
yeah, as time passed, the differences in timing increased, and I could see them less and less and less and less, and then it just stopped.
Okay. So
hii hali ya matatizo ya afya ya akili ilikuja baada ya kuwa matatizo ya afya ya akili ilikuja baada, hii depression na nini, hii ilikuja baada ya kuwa matatizo yote kwenye ndoa yako yametokea, you don't see your kids and everything. Ni nini unakumbuka hasa wakati uko kwenye hiyo hali, how this affected you, kiasi gani hii ilikudhuru?
So the most thing that used to happen, najua, every time that kitu mtu anaongea about the children, au nikienda msikitini, au mtu I don't know, au nikiona picha zao au whatever, the day trigger nimepata ya watoto, najua kwa ajili ya 2-3 days nipo down. I am crying, I am not okay, I don't want to speak to anybody and everything. Nilikuwa naenda kazini, nilikuwa mwalimu, as I said, nilikuwa naenda kazini naona watoto wengine, and I go and hug them, and I think that naweza kuona watoto wa wengine lakini siwezi kuona watoto wangu. So every day at work I would go into the washroom and I would sit for hours and cry. The class is sitting there with an assistant teacher and nini, siwezi. I go back to class again a little bit, nini, mtu akija akini hug again, I just feel like I can give love to other people's children, but where are mine? And they were around the same age. So when I left, watoto wangu walikuwa age 5 na 7. So now they're 10 and 12 years old.
So is that the reason kwa nini now ufundishe kwa sababu inakupa uchungu kwa watoto wako?
Yes. Siwezi.
Okay. Wow. Pole sana kwa hali ambayo inatokea. Ningependa sasa kujua the second part, kwamba baada ya kuwa umepitia hizi hali zote, ulikujaje sasa ukajua hii kwamba now you're suffering from those pains?
So this is the most important part. How you take your troubles may be in extent. It can be, as small as this, it can be as huge as something else. But vipi unayochukulia is very, very important.
How you take your...
Yeah. I am a person who loves to read and who doesn't like to stay in one place. As I told you before, I have attempted suicide, I have tried, but every time I would think about it, I thought that I was very, I'm not strong enough. I used to tell myself that I'm not strong enough to go ahead with this suicide. I chicken out. Every time nikifikiria, I chicken out. And I think, if I can't do this, then I have to do something else. If I can't die, then I need to live. Like, I can't live like this, like a dead body. So if I can't go away and kill myself, then I need to do something about my life. And so when I was at my lowest low, I thought, if I am at this low, then the only place to go is up. There's no other place to go. If I am down there, and if I can't die, then I need to move up. Because there's no other way. Like, I have to move. Either I go down or I go up. And so this is how a realization came that, no, I need to do something. Obviously, it took a lot of while, but I started finding out things. I started finding out, people told me you should try meditation, you should try this, you should try that, and I was ready to try everything.
Yeah.
Because
you're trying to find yourself very free and what you want.
Yeah, whatever can help me, I'm ready to find, And so I tried a little bit of meditation, I tried, I remember this very well, it's very interesting. I was very upset, I was not fine, I was crying my head out. And a friend called me and he said, "Are you okay?" I said, "No, I'm not." He's like, "Okay, come over, we'll watch a movie." I go to his place, he put on a movie. The movie was just there. It wasn't even for like seeing it, because he knew that I was upset. He put on the movie and let me be. I cried just looking at the movie, just letting myself out.
Yeah.
And then out of the blue, I don't know what happened, and I thought, I want to paint. And he had gone out for picking up another friend. And I left his house without telling nobody. And I went to Village Supermarket. I went to buy some paints, I went to buy pencil, I went to buy wood, and I went home. And I started painting. And so obviously he got very scared. He's like, "What happened to this girl?" But that's what made me feel better at that time.
Yeah.
So I realized that meditation mostly, it was a point of focus. And also doing such things that will give you a point of focus is very important.
Yeah.
So that you understand yourself in the point that you are now.
Yeah.
Like they say, being in the now, in the today.
In the current situation.
Yeah, so
the
when you
moment.
are actually focused in something, you're not thinking about the past, you're not thinking about the present, you're just there. And I realized things like this really helped me. I used to make puzzles. I went and bought like 1,000-piece puzzle, and I would sit there and make that all day long, because that helped me put my focus in one place. And then I could actually be able to sit back, analyze, and understand that, hey, I don't want to be like this. I want to get out of this. What can I do to help myself? And slowly, like one thing every day, Sometimes it would work, sometimes it would not. Sometimes I would fall back, and sometimes I would still get up. The other thing that helped me a lot is joining Taekwondo. So I have done Taekwondo for 1 year. Mm-hmm. And now I can't even hit a punch, seriously. Super unfit. But that was also amazing for my body to relax and more to bring focus to one point.
Yeah.
And I remember there was a time when we were doing sparring, you know, and you had to wear the headgear and the gloves and everything, and I'm sparring with my instructor, and he keeps hitting me and he keeps hitting me, and I am just standing there as a block, remembering my past and crying inside. And I don't know I don't know how to react. I can't hit back. And I think he knew. And he kept hitting me. He kept hitting me until it reached a point I was like, stop this. And then I hit back. And he's like, okay, this is what I want. You know? So it was an amazing way to let out. And I think a very healthy way to let out. A very healthy way to let out all the anger, the frustrations of the past, the pain, everything. And I let out like that. And that also helped me so much. I started meeting some friends then. Slowly, sometimes I felt like meeting, sometimes I would close my door and not talk to anybody at all.
That's the same situation also Winnie used to go through, because after doing the interview with Winnie, I wanted just to be closer to see how she's doing, how this situation like taking her where she goes up. So nilipenda kabisa baada ya kufanya interview nijifunze, niwe part ya maisha yake, nipate kujua nini anapitia. And I was very surprised kwa sababu ukiwa unapitia